you talk a lot about building relationships, and the sort of various theories between, weak ties, I think you call it. Tell me about that, and tell me about how you build those ties, and how trainers can form those relationships.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, the idea of the weak ties, it goes back to a 1970s study. Some people have heard me talk about it before, some people haven't. It's called The Strength of Weak Ties. It was a study in the 1970s, and a lot of people haven't really heard of the study, but a lot of people have heard of kind of the book that the study was written as a result of. And the book is called Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. It's become a very famous book. Most people don't know that it was actually, Malcolm Gladwell is an aggregator of information, right? Like, he's a journalist. He's one of the best aggregators of information on the planet. He's a fantastic storyteller, but he's not the creator of information. He has hypotheses, and he finds studies to back them up. And so this is a good example of that. What the strength of weak ties, and you can find the study, or we can link it below afterwards, Dan. What the strength of weak ties showed unequivocally is that somebody's success over the course of their life is more contingent upon the amount of loose connections that they were able to make than any other factor. And the reason for that is we really don't know what it is that's going to make us successful. We really don't know what is going to happen in the future. Anybody who tells you that they can predict what's going to happen in the future is either lying or disillusioned. Anybody that tells you in the future that they knew that something was going to happen is either lying or disillusioned. There are people who have best guesses, but nobody really knows. This is kind of the Nassim Taleb Black Swan, anti-fragile type theory. If you haven't read his books, I definitely recommend it. And so I kind of have taken that to heart, and I just hedge against that, right? And so I perfectly accept that I have no clue what's going to happen in the future. I know that there are going to be events that are going to occur that I'm going to have no control over, or I'm going to be able to anticipate. And the way that I hedge against those events is I say, okay, well, I want to increase my chances of catching lucky breaks as much as possible. And the way to catch a lucky break is to have a loose connection to as many people as possible. I call it the top of mind theory. How many people are there in the world that know who you are, that know what you do, and that have a reason to believe, whether rational or irrational, that what you do is somehow in some way good? And if you can increasingly over time scale that amount of people through loose connections, then you're going to win. You're going to catch lucky breaks. And that's kind of what it all comes down to for me. The other aspect of kind of hedging against it is trying to mitigate loss and maximize gain. And that just comes down to understanding what the worst possible scenario is when you take action on something. Like, if you take action on something and if you fail, is it going to crush you? Then you probably shouldn't do it. If you take action on something and you could take action on that thing many, many times, and if you fail, it won't crush you. It might hurt, but it won't crush you. But if you win once, it's going to fundamentally change your life and your business. It's going to be a huge win. Then it's probably a pretty good bet, because you don't really know what's going to happen in the future, but you can still hedge against it. And I do this with everything that I do. It's why you don't see me jumping to Snapchat or some stupid social media network or whatever it is and spend all of my time and change my profile picture to my Snapchat thing right away because every other marketer is doing it, because it's obviously not going to be in vogue for more than a month or two. And right now I might try to win with that one social media network and gain as much as I can to it. Or I can play the long game, which is continue to do what I'm doing consistently over a long period of time.
Nice.
Produce really good work, make as many actual connections with people as I possibly can, and use platforms that I know are going to be around for at least a while, right? And of course, that's why you've seen me just continue to beat down and double down on Facebook and email, and now in person and physical fulfillment. I probably mail some more stuff around the world than anybody I know. My postage bill for October of last year was $120,000. That's doubling down. Where can you kind of build strong relationships with people in a way that others aren't, in a way that's kind of more impactful, I guess. It doesn't have to be obviously sending stuff to their house, but like sending postcards that are handwritten.
Nice.